Have you ever wondered how secure your digital information truly is? In the vast and ever-evolving digital landscape of our time, the significance of security assessments cannot be overstated. It's no secret that the world we live in today is more connected than ever before. This connectivity, while offering countless benefits, also comes with its own set of challenges. One of the biggest issues we face is the security of our digital information. Security breaches can lead to devastating consequences, from the loss of sensitive data to significant financial losses. But fear not. Understanding the process of security assessments can equip us with the tools and knowledge to protect ourselves. For anyone with an interest in tech, grasping the importance of security assessments is a must. These assessments are our first line of defense, our digital armor in a world where information is the new gold. So how does one perform a security assessment? What tools come into play? To perform a security assessment, one must first understand what it entails. A security assessment is a systematic approach to scrutinizing how well a system's security policies are safeguarding the system and data. It's like a health checkup, but for your IT infrastructure. It's not just about spotting the vulnerabilities, but also about understanding the potential impact of these vulnerabilities and strategizing on how to address them. The first step is identification. This involves finding potential vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. These vulnerabilities could be anything from software bugs, weak passwords, to outdated systems. It's about understanding where the weak points are in your system. Next comes the analysis phase. This is where we assess the identified vulnerabilities. We need to understand the potential impact of these vulnerabilities. What happens if they are exploited? This could be anything from a minor inconvenience to a major data breach. We also need to consider the likelihood of these vulnerabilities being exploited. Are they easy targets, or would it require considerable effort and resources to exploit them? Finally, we have the recommendations phase. This is where we formulate a plan to address the vulnerabilities. This could be through patching, system upgrades, or even a complete overhaul of certain components. The key here is to balance the need for security with practical considerations such as cost and business operations. Essentially, a security assessment is a comprehensive process that seeks to understand the vulnerabilities in a system, the potential impact of these vulnerabilities, and the best way to mitigate them. It's a critical step in maintaining the security of any IT system, be it a small business network or a large corporate infrastructure. Now, this might seem like a daunting task, especially with the constant evolution of cyber threats. But remember, the goal is not to eliminate all risks. That would be an impossible task. The goal is to manage and mitigate risks to an acceptable level. Now that we know what a security assessment involves, how do we perform one? The right tools can make the process of a security assessment smoother and more effective. So what tools are we talking about? Well, there's a wide range to choose from, each with its own unique strengths. Let's start with network scanners. Network scanners are like the eyes and ears of your security assessment. They scan your system networks, identifying all connected devices and networks, and providing you with a comprehensive view of your digital landscape. Think of them as your digital bird's eye view. Next on the list are vulnerability scanners. These tools are your digital detectives, tirelessly scouring your systems for weaknesses and vulnerabilities. They analyze your systems, software, and networks, looking for potential points of exploit and alerting you to any found security flaws. It's like having a security guard who never sleeps, always on the lookout for potential threats. Penetration testing tools, on the other hand, are your digital stress testers. They simulate attacks on your systems to assess how well your current security measures hold up under pressure. Are you prepared for a digital onslaught? These tools will help you find out. Last, but certainly not least, we have security assessment software. This is your digital command center. It integrates all your other tools, providing you with a centralized platform for managing your security assessment. It's like the conductor of your digital orchestra, ensuring all your tools work together in harmony. Each of these tools brings something unique to the table, offering a different perspective on your security posture. They work together, each contributing a piece to the larger puzzle of your security assessment. By leveraging these tools, you can gain a holistic understanding of your security landscape and identify areas for improvement. With these tools in hand, you are ready to perform a security assessment. But how exactly do you proceed? Performing a security assessment is a systematic process that can be broken down into clear steps. Let's walk through this process together using the tools we've discussed. To start, we need to identify potential vulnerabilities. This is where a vulnerability scanner comes into play. This tool will scan our system, looking for any weaknesses that may be exploited. It's like a digital detective sniffing out the cracks in our defenses. Once we have identified the vulnerabilities, we need to analyze them. This involves understanding the potential impact of each vulnerability on the system. We need to ask ourselves, how severe is this vulnerability? What would happen if it were exploited? This is where a vulnerability assessment tool can be helpful. It can provide us with the critical insights needed to understand the seriousness of each vulnerability. Finally, after identifying and analyzing the vulnerabilities, we need to recommend remedies. This might involve patching software, updating systems, or reconfiguring settings. Sometimes it might even mean redesigning certain aspects of the system. The key here is to ensure that the remedies are effective and do not introduce new vulnerabilities. This process of identifying, analyzing, and recommending remedies is iterative. It's not a one-time task, but a continuous process that needs to be carried out regularly to keep our systems secure. Now you have a basic understanding of performing a security assessment. In a nutshell, security assessments are an essential part of maintaining the integrity of a system. We've covered their significance, explored what they actually entail, and delved into the range of tools at our disposal. We've also walked through the process of executing one effectively. The takeaway here is the understanding that these assessments are not a one-and-done deal, but a continuous part of your system's life cycle. Remember, in the world of information security, being proactive is always better than being reactive. Keep your systems secure,